Living without long-term objectives is like traveling without a map, which means you may travel through some beautiful countryside, but you won't reach your destination. That is why setting long-term objectives is important, but putting in the effort to achieve them is even more important. However, knowing your goals and not pursuing them makes you feel like you're wasting your time, which can cause unnecessary tension, anxiety, and stress. So make sure to watch the video till the end as we tell you 9 of the best steps that will help you to achieve your long-term goals. Number 1. Writing your goals down. Humans have a tendency to fantasize and believe in impossible things. That is why it is the proven fact that most of the time, an unstated objective is nothing more than a wish. If you're someone who is struggling to achieve their long-term goals, start by putting your long-term objectives in writing and start taking decisive action. This way, your goal will move from the mental realm to the actual physical reality, helping you to make it possible. Number 2. Break it down into smaller goals. After deciding on your long-term objectives and writing them down, you must then divide them into a number of shorter objectives. Little milestones go a long way in achieving something big. Doing this will instantly start helping you to feel motivated every day and make sure you stay on track throughout your journey. For instance, say in 10 years, you want to establish a business that makes $1 million per year. Thinking that can be intimidating, because how can you go from having no business at all to one that generates $1 million annually? The solution is to take it one step at a time. Number 3. Always keep your goals in mind. As you document and establish your long-term objectives, you must always remind yourself of the purpose behind what you're doing. Your long-term objectives should be prominently displayed for you. They should be put wherever you can see them every day. It's also necessary to constantly look for methods to get better at what you do and not look very far ahead of the present. You have to be prepared to adjust your direction or you'll fall behind. Number 4. Fear of failure. The main reason why most people never achieve their full potential for success is because of their fear of failure. It might be difficult for people to step outside of their comfort zone since change can be frightening. You have to make up your mind, and if you feel the need to take a bold step to achieve it, never hesitate. Fear kills the passion and hunger, so always be ready to fight off your fears and you'll surely achieve your long-term goals. Number 5. Your basic values. More often than not, people have a number of long-term objectives that they would like to accomplish. However, this is easier said than done, because lack of motivation brought on by having the incorrect long-term goals defined is one of the major things that stops you from achieving your goals. One thing you must understand is that in the complex science of motivation, working for objectives you genuinely believe in makes it easier to stay motivated. Although it may seem obvious, how often have you given up on a long-term objective when you realized you didn't appreciate putting in the effort to get there? Setting goals correctly involves dedication to the entire process, not just the outcome. You'll be more likely to give up if your long-term objective is to launch a firm, because you want a lot of money, rather than for an intrinsic characteristic like independence or a family tied to entrepreneurship. When your activities align with your personal core values, this is referred to as a positive thing to maintain your motivation. Enjoying the video? Make sure to click on the like button, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section below. Number 6. Schedule your goals. Each of the action stages listed above has a schedule or time component. This is true because you're much more likely to carry out an action if it has a set date or time. Making a plan for when and how long you'll devote to achieving your long-term objectives might help you avoid decision fatigue. as whenever you are faced with a number of options, you tend to choose the simple route out of them. It's the reason why, despite wanting to lose weight, you could pick up fast food on the way home from work. One of the simplest things you can do to avoid decision fatigue is to change your morning routine. Setting clear deadlines for your goals can help you avoid tiredness and remain active to achieve them. According to research, people tend to be most productive and alert during the first few hours of the day. This makes it the ideal time to dedicate your everyday efforts to achieving your long-term objectives. So make sure to always schedule your goals to achieve the maximum out of yourself. Number 7. Be adaptable. It is very common for unforeseen circumstances to throw your plans off course. Moreover, it is also common for your own viewpoint and aspirations to change when you have goals that are months or years in the future. Remember that your long-term objectives aren't fixed in stone. Instead, they're a dynamic venture that you can change as needed. Maintaining flexibility with your goals is very useful, especially when unforeseen chances present themselves. For instance, consider the scenario where your business has a long-term objective of entering a new international market, but a rival gets there first. If you're stubborn in your commitment, it would be hard for you to progress quickly, but if you think about changing your way towards the goal, it would make it easy for you to be successful in achieving it. Number 8. Avoid perfectionism. For most of us, our inner critic is one of the main reasons we give up or stop working towards our long-term goals. Your motivation can be killed by perfectionism, and you may start to wonder why you're even pursuing this objective in the first place. But in order to continue working toward your objective, you must accept that you won't immediately have all the answers, and that your initial effort probably won't be very good. The key to achieving your long-term objectives is to learn to be at ease with being uncomfortable. If you're feeling this, just look at what the worst-case scenario could be. Working towards a major goal frequently requires embracing some kind of vulnerability, as does showing someone your progress. Play out the scenario all the way to the end to get over that fear. More often than not, the effects are frequently not as severe as we imagine. So consider yourself more of an adventurer than a guide. Number 9. Track your progress. Lastly, you need to relate your long-term goals to your daily work in order to be successful. Making a strategy to routinely check in and update your progress at the end of each day or week will help you avoid making objectives and then forgetting about them. Additionally, it will be simpler to assess your progress and see if you're on track for your long-term goals with the help of the short-term goals you've set. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed the content, and if you did, show some love and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of the amazing videos we have in store for you.